Luka, just kind of knowing you're going to get big minutes tonight, did you just look at it a real opportunity to show one more time kind of what you're capable of here?
Absolutely. I mean, my mindset, no matter if it's 2 minutes at the end of the game, garbage minutes, playing in the rotation, or obviously starting or something like this. So I try to take advantage of it. I know how rare these kind of opportunities come, especially like this, and a chance to play against the best player in the world. And start against them. It's an awesome opportunity. So I wanted to go out there and do whatever I could to, stay present, stay in the moment, and not let it pass by without taking advantage of it.
How did you kind of develop the motor over the years? You just had never stopped it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts like, when I was young, growing up playing basketball in D.C., I wasn't getting the ball much. They weren't throwing me the ball, so I had to find a way to get the ball, and I was off the glass. And I think that's kind of what I started with, and was just always hunting for offensive rebounds, getting opportunities off the glass, and then kind of just navigating different ways of trying to be involved in the game. Whether it's through action or screening or rebounding or getting in a post or being able to stretch the floor. I just wanted to always be involved and try my best to do that.
When you first got here, Luka, one of the reasons why they wanted you to stick around was like they liked your habits so much. And
Yes.
Where, like, as a young player in the league, where did those come from? Like, where were those established?
I've had those my whole life. I think I just was raised in such a tremendous, hard-working family. My mother, my father, everybody really. Both grandfathers, 3 cousins that played pro. I was around the game since I was young, and I was around people who played the game the right way and approached the game the right way. And I think, throughout being in this league, you kind of see the margin for error, especially in the bottom half of the roster, is so slim. There's so many players that are, incredibly talented. They, can't make it because they can't handle some of the stress, or they can't come in every single day with that same consistent attitude and approach. And for me, it's natural. I love the game of basketball. Coming in every day is a blessing for me. It's my dream. So it don't matter, if I'm getting there early, working out, whatever it is, minutes aren't coming. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to work as hard as I can at this game because I want to see what I can do with it. And that's always been my mindset.
Effort and scoring has never been an issue for you, but if you think back to the player you came in here as 2 years ago to what you are now, why is this player more of an NBA rotation player?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, I've continued to work on my body at a super high level, really put intention on, kind of maximizing what, God gave me, just, trying to squeeze out everything I can in terms of, the way I can move laterally, the way I can defend. And obviously I knew, since I came to the league, there's been, all those narratives around my game, but I think each year I'm continuing to show strides and improvement in that area. And, that's a lot of work. That's what I've been trying to do every single off season since I got into the league, of just developing that side of the ball. And I think, that's why I'm a rotation player. I feel like, because I can go out there and be solid on that end, and then obviously everything I can do on the other end, I feel like I can be a consistent guy in anybody's rotation, and just very blessed to be part of this team and learn from guys like Rudy and Cat and Nas, and the different ways they guard, especially Rudy and Nas. Seeing Nas transition to the 4 and all he's doing with switching and everything, and then obviously Rudy being the best player in the drop there's ever been. So kind of learning from those guys and has really helped me develop that side of the game.
You obviously knew you had areas to grow, and like you waited your turn while you grew. Now that you've kind of grown into this player, like, does that make the waiting harder now?
No, I mean, honestly, there's more growing to do. There's you got to leave it until it's undeniable, and it's not at that level yet, and I know that and I understand that, and that's what the mindset is now. You continue to prove it until like I said, no one can say anything otherwise. So that's always the mindset, and I think there's no frustration for me because I'm just blessed to be part of this organization, and playing and living my dream. I don't care. Obviously, I want to be out there and play, but I'm never going to let that impact my attitude. Those are things you can't control, and when you get worried about things you can't control, that's when everything goes awry. And when you do get an opportunity, you end up not making the most of it because your mind is all messed up.
Luka, what's it been like playing with Rob and seeing him start to find a little bit of a way here?
Yeah, absolutely. He's just, for being that young, he's just a tremendous talent, and he has so much skill and so much touch. That's obviously what stands out at first. Just running the pick and roll with him. I always tell him when we go out there if we run into a pick and roll, I feel like, he's going to score, I'm going to score, somebody's going to be open because they have to pull over and guard both of us. It's fun to play with a point guard like that, and he's got a really aggressive mindset. I love that about him, especially at that age. I know, especially me when I first came to the league, that was something I struggled with, that confidence, that aggressiveness, and when you see guys that have that instantly, that's special. So I'm really excited to continue to build with him and see what he does this year and beyond.
How do you work on foot speed?
A lot of ways. I mean, especially defensively, my summers have been, going into the gym, bringing out random guys, high school guys, college guys, and letting them run off pick and rolls and me play defense for an hour and a half. And, that's, just putting myself in uncomfortable situations always. And obviously, the more you work on your body, the more you can slim down, trim body fat, all that kind of stuff, the quicker you naturally become. And obviously ladders, all different types of stuff. I got a trainer I work with in the off season, and obviously the guys here with the Timberwolves have really emphasized that would be just continuing to do that. So there's always room for growth, and I understand that. And I'm going to keep pushing towards that direction.
Is it funny you work to trim down and get faster and stuff, and yet every time a bigger opportunity comes, it's against the big, strong? Yeah. So, for me, it doesn't matter who it's against. The opportunity is opportunity, and it's probably my favorite player in the league in terms of watching and all that kind of stuff. So to get a goal against him is probably the best option for me. I don't back down or shy away from anything. You want to play the best, and that's how you can prove anything. It's going against those type of guys, and I've been really fortunate to have many opportunities against the Nuggets in these last couple of years, and that those games, those lessons have helped my game tremendously.
You locked him up, man. He couldn't take a shot.
He was trying to pass. He was pulling a Larry Bird.